We timed this quant short perfectly. When I tell you, we said within 24 hours that we were going straight down. I said $85 and we're currently sitting at $91, but we had that 1, 2, 3 continuation play. What's going on? Floop here wants to say hello as well. Welcome into today's live stream. Say hi, buddy. Yeah, he keeps ripping down the panels for the acoustics, the stuff to make sure that it doesn't echo much. So we're gonna make him do a little dance for everyone. It's been, guys, like seriously, sometimes it is just that easy to read the charts. Now this happened a little bit too perfectly, right? I didn't expect us to go straight down, but I did in fact, in the Discord on the 9th, say, hey, look at every single time quant bounces, it's bouncing less aggressively. Like look at that, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. Every time it bounces from 100, it goes less high. That is bearish. That means we're going down, right? And there we are. Goku Batman in the Discord is up like 350 bucks right now because he went through with it and literally within 3 days. There you are. Let's go, Dream. Let's go. No need to restart. What's good, Sawyer? How is everyone? Welcome in. Please like that live stream if you guys are here. If you guys were waiting for that, I want to see the thumbs up. Por favor. It's been a minute since I've like really had time to sit down and look at the crypto markets, and look at that, the portfolio is under $600 again. That is a pretty dramatic little pull down that we had over the last month. Realistically, things have not been going up and to the right, but that's all right because we got cash to deploy, because we know how to manage our money, and we got 90 bucks sitting here ready to continue to buy, which is a pretty large chunk of the portfolio, right? 15% cash. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see what some of the news is. And if you guys think that the music's too loud, I'm listening to very subtle music just so it's not me speaking the entire time, right? Fill some of the void. If it's too loud, let me know. Binance CEO resigns. The US branch resigns. That's pretty impactful. That's actually some pretty big news. Stellar announces a new thing. Price dumped. Cool. So we're in a bear market. We're in a bear market. I want to know why he's resigning, but that comes in a minute. Let's actually go see if we can set up any good trades for us while we're waiting. I don't want to miss out on a trade just because I'm looking at some nonsense from Binance, right? You guys listen to NCS music at all? It makes me want to work out. I used to listen to this when I would go for runs in the morning as a high schooler. I would go for a run and put this on, and I'd be fasted, and it would just make me feel like an absolute boss. Everything's a little bit bullish today. We're looking to see if we can respect that VWAP and have a clear uptrend. HBAR is moving good. XRP's not doing much. Aptos we'll pay attention to. Aptos might be a good one to enter into a trade right now on, actually. We'll continue scanning through and come back to Aptos and see if we can find a good entry point for that. Quant's looking good for a short. Quant looks good for a continuation of a short if we can have a little bit of a pull up. I do think overall I'm a little bit bearish on Quant though, so I might be letting my bias dictate that. Let's go zoom out a little bit. Can't hear the music. Okay. So you guys just looked like I was dancing to nothing. Yeah, 100%. Prices are going down right now. Overall, we're in a bull market, right? Overall, we've bottomed almost a year ago at this point. So overall, we're in a bull market, but on the day-to-day, absolutely in a bear market right now. Prices are headed down. Like on the daily, Quant is in a bear market. Today, prices are going up. That's a bullish. Let me hop in. It just depends on what trading time frame you're looking at, right? Okay, so Aptos is definitely pushing up a little bit here. I don't know how high it's going to make it though, because overall you can see like the trend is down for the last month or so. But let's go, Goku. Let's go. Let's try and see if we can drown out some of the noise, because I do think that right now is probably a good time to enter into an Aptos long. Hoping that we could kind of skirt up 1.8%. You see that trend, right? The trend is in our favor. We kind of had a sideways day yesterday. Today we are not 100% valuing the VWAP like we like to see, but this is not too bad of a pullback. And then it's clearly higher highs and higher lows. So the pattern looks pretty beautiful. RSI on the 15 minutes, still a little bit too hot for me, but on the minute chart, it looks like we came down to oversold and reversed and came back up. So it could be time. We'll keep an eye if we can break out of this or not. Imagine you did 5 to 10x long leverage on Quant or Matic near the bottom and then they go back to all-time highs. Yeah, dude, imagine like you make an egregious amount of money if you could pull that off. Like if you were to 10x leverage something like Quant from its $80 lows all the way here back up to like $2,000, you're gonna make so much money that you could retire everyone in the Discord. Like quite literally, you could put in $1,000 and make a disgusting amount of money. Maybe not to retire the whole Discord, right? But your portfolio would love you. But that's what a lot of people end up doing, and then they get stopped out, right? Because market makers see that and they're like, well, we can drop Quant 10% more. If you go in with a 10x leverage, they're like, it bottomed at $80, let's bring it down to $72 and just liquidate him before we continue on that movement. And because it's such a low liquidity thing, look at that spike. Look at that. That's one candle went up 2% on Aptos. These things move a lot. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. There's no lying about that. So I want to see if we can break this. I'm looking for a little bit of momentum in the candles to show that we're going to continue to make a higher high here. I don't know that we're actually going to get it, and for peace of mind, I would like us to come back down to the VWAP and test it, maybe around here. If we could get an entry point right on this line at $5.18, I'd feel very confident with that. Let's go look at Quant and see if we could find an entry for a short, because I didn't get into it and it still looks like it's continuing. So I said in the Discord it looks like we're doing a 1, 2, 3 continuation play. What did I mean by that? What did I mean by that? I mean that we had a 1, right? This candle right here, this giant red candle, that's 1. And then that little green candle right there is a 2. And now on this red candle, we've got a 3. It's a 1, 2, 3 continuation play. But let me explain. Let me go into it a little bit here. I gotta zoom in. You had one candle that broke a trend. You had one candle that broke through support. We absolutely rocketed down, right? You had that initial daily candle that broke through previous support levels on a chart. That's one. That's the indicator that we're going in a clear direction, okay? Then this is breakout trading. This is breakout trading. Then the second candle is a complete Doja Cat. Complete Doja Cat. Just chills there. Doesn't do anything. We just had a day of like establishing that this is the new price of whatever asset it was, okay? Usually breakouts happen on a smaller time frame, but it's playing out here too, so an entire candle of just nothing. We establish a new norm. And then the third candle is going to break the lows. If we can get it to break the lows of the previous established candle, right, of the number 1 candle. So if candle number 3 here breaks the lows set by candle number 1, it's a continuation play. 1, 2, 3 continuation. Whatever direction it's headed in is generally going to continue on that direction, especially where we're not at that support that I said initially. Initially I said we're going down to like that 85 range, right? So this 1, 2, 3 continuation makes sense for us over the next week to come down to this $85. Don't tempt me. Bird also wants to say hi. Say what's up. He usually doesn't enjoy when I hold him like this. Get bodied. So So let's look for a spot. Let's look for a way to get into this trade. I want to be in there with Goku. This is too clean of a trade. Fuck Quant. Fuck Quant. Let's make money. This shit's holding my portfolio back. Look at this. Look at this. Are you guys kidding? The 2 coins that I made into the largest positions in the portfolio are doing the worst. You gotta be joking. Quant down 7% since I bought in. Come on, man. Come on. How could you screw me like that? ICP down 30%? Guys. Why would they do that to me? I don't want to add any more in this portfolio, but I feel like I have to. 291. That's hysterical. That is hysterical. Can you guys hear the music now? Don't tempt me. Goals. I see the trend. I mean, on the other hand, though, we got Caspa. Caspa's up another 10% today. Shit's killing it. Did any of you guys add... Remember we talked about Caspa? I explained what I was looking for on Caspa. Did any of you guys add to your Caspa positions when I said I was going to? Right here, we had that one 10% day. I said I was going to add some to my Caspa position there. Did any of you guys join me? Did any of you guys also add? Because you'd be up 20% since adding to that. Caspa's just continuing on with the powerhouse. I'm telling you. We're going straight to 6.2 cents. And that's where we're going to take a little bit of profits. A little bit of profits. Way better odds than the Powerball Dream. Way better odds. Bird is staring at the screen right now because I have my mouse moving around the charts. Still no CAS in my portfolio yet. I mean, I get it. I get it. You look at something that's up an egregious amount like this and you're like, I don't know if it's worth adding anything to it. You have to be cautious to take profits if you were to get into something. It looks like we're going to break through this all-time high again. It looks like we're going to continue to put in another high. But, like, being objective here, that high did not break out nearly as much as the last high. But I think it's possible we're doing something like this, right? Where we put in the high, we had a big pullback, and then we came up, put in a slightly larger high, had a pullback to fake everyone out, and then continued on to put that next leg in, right? Something very similar happened. We had a pullback, we came up, put in a little bit higher of a high, had a slight pullback to fake everyone out. I think we're going to continue on. I could be mistaken, but I think we're going to some of these. I think we'll see 10 cents on it. And at some point, your risk to reward has to have an impact on your portfolio. Just looking, when we broke out here about a week ago, it looked like it was worthy of adding to. It looked like we were going to do that continuation. Back to Quant though, back to Quant, because I do want to get into it. I do want to get into that short. But you guys know how I roll. You guys, at this point, you guys all know how I roll. I'm looking specifically to see if we could come back up to the middle of VWAP. If we can come back up here, yeah, if I could see us back above $92, I think I will enter into some level of a short on Quant, because I do want to get into it. It looks too juicy. Too dang juicy. And I'm glad we're waiting on Aptos, because Aptos looks like it's coming down too. What do you guys want to chat about? What should we do the classroom on today? Because it's Wednesday, guys. It's Wednesday, my dude. So we got a classroom. What should we do the classroom on? What should we do the classroom on, buddy? He's a little guy. We were away for like 4 days, right? And last night they both like slept like on my chest. Like Floop was in my arm, just completely upside down, with all 4 of his legs up like a dead bug. I was just scratching his belly as I was trying to sleep. Oh my, wait, okay. I know this is a little bit ridiculous, not at all crypto related, but have any of you guys had sleep paralysis before? I had it last night, and I was in like a terrible nightmare of a situation. Like, some zombie-looking creature from The Conjuring was under my bed trying to like claw at me, and I was stuck, and I like couldn't move, and I was like, I had to force myself to like start yelling for help, and it woke me up. Samira was luckily there. She woke me up, but I was like, holy fuck, that was terrifying. And then, okay, now it's like 3 in the morning. I just got out of my sleep paralysis. My sleep paralysis demon is chilling there with me. And like, all of a sudden, my computer turns on. And my computer's in a completely separate room, and I hear the noise signaling that my computer turned on. And I was like, Samira's like, are you gonna go deal with that? I was like, absolutely fucking not. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? What part of you thinks I'm going over there? She's like, there could be a person there. And I was like, I would pay money for there to be a person in there. That's a ghost. That's my sleep paralysis demon. Been quite a while, but I remember it vividly. Terrifying. How scary. I was like, oh, no thank you. I will not be doing that again, thank you. Return that back to the initial... I need a patch job. My meds I was taking are notorious for that kind of stuff. Oh shit, Dream. Oh, I feel bad for that. That's awful. No thank you. I was like stuck too, and I didn't know. Usually when I'm dreaming, I know that I'm dreaming, and so like I can control the dream and I can do stuff in the dream, and like I'll watch it like a movie. When I have a scary dream, I just remove myself from that and I watch it like I'm watching a movie. That was not the case at all. I thought it was like real life. I thought it was real life. I was so scared. And then, yeah. I'm gonna make a movie about it. Oh man, it's weird. The brain does some weird shit. The brain does some very, very weird shit. I'm not concerned, but I don't know that we're gonna come down here. It looks like we're getting a little bit of support, but it makes me feel like we're not going to go back up to these all-time highs here on the day. I don't know that we'll reach those highs again. I think we'll probably get rejected around here and come back down. Yeah, because that's the little breakout area that I would like to hop in to try and ride it back up, but I don't know that we're going to. Tried a watermelon fast. I don't know if I haven't taken it for 2 weeks. Please no watermelon for me forever. Jesus, why the watermelon fast? Just to see if you could? Just for funsies? Or you Cali Muscle? Cali Muscle's been eating a bunch of watermelon, then he passed out on the beach in LA. He passed out on like Gold's Beach or whatever it is. He was literally just eating watermelon and then passed out and was like, why'd I pass out? It's like, well, maybe because you're not eating anything. You're eating a food that is literally just water and a little bit of sugar. Well, I feel like I missed so much that was happening. I think a lot of drama in the internet computer ecosystem from everyone who I've been speaking with. I think the price is finally having an impact on people who say they don't even care about the price. I think people are starting to finally get like fed up with it just going straight down all the time. So a lot of people in the ICP ecosystem, I think, are finally like getting annoyed. Wanted to prove I could do the shit, the worst during and after. Hey, I mean, fasting as a whole has a lot of benefits. Fasting has a lot of health benefits. So I'm assuming a watermelon fast would also have a lot of health benefits. It's not a bad idea to go through a fasting period. Even every few, even like if you did one fast a year, a lot of religions have fasts. I think that they were onto something because a lot of science shows that fasting is very healthy for you. 292. I remember at the ICP conference, I think it was like March or April, I was saying to people that I would not be that surprised if we saw 2 in front of ICP. And obviously we're at a conference and they're like, no. I didn't think we'd actually get here. I really didn't. You guys can't hear that? The music is so loud. Oh, I didn't even realize CPI came out today. This is what I mean. I'm so far removed from everything right now. CPI for all items rises 0.6 in August. I know that's probably not too great. Let's see. You ready for this? Okay. Things are changing. So 0.6 times 12. You guys remember doing this? 7.2. Awful. That's actually really bad. Okay, so all items in August went up by 0.6%. The unadjusted year over year is 3.7%. What we just did there, where we take the 0.6% and annualize it, it tells us what kind of environment we're in currently speaking. So 0.6 annualized comes out to 7.2%. So the current moment of inflation is more than the year over year inflation, which means that we are speeding back up with inflation in this given month, okay? Now, what does that mean for everything and where is it coming from? If we look, it's coming from energy. If you look, energy is raising back up again. So we should need to go look at the crude oil. We need to go do some charting on crude oil and see where things are headed. We're going into the winter. Crude oil usually goes up in the winter, especially if Ukraine and Russia is going to pick back up. My buddy said every religion recommends fasting. As you said, only things most religions agree on, right? A lot of the ancient humans had some level of knowledge to do with fasting. A lot of ancient humans. They understood they understood diet and food a lot better. I don't want to get on a rant because I want to speak about the inflation, but like even complementary proteins, like understanding that you need to mix rice and beans. Rice and beans have complementary proteins that equal like eating a chicken as far as your amino acid profile is concerned. And people just did it without even knowing what they were doing. So it's energy. Energy is still roaring. Specifically gas. So gas at the pump's probably going to go up and it's going to drive the price of everything a little bit higher. We're having a second wind of inflation finally after so many months. Luckily, everything else looks tamed. Aside from transportation services, but that's going to relate back to energy, right? That makes a lot of sense. Food, or used cars and trucks are still finally popping. New vehicles. Yeah, food's chilling. So that's good. And all items less. So core inflation here. All items less food and energy went up 0.3. If we annualize that, we get a 3.6, which is slightly lower than the current. So it is still going down. Core inflation is still going down. It's just the more volatile headline inflation is going back up. So we'll have to see. I don't think it has that big of an impact on everything because nothing goes down in a straight line, right? We're all very familiar with that. Things bounce up and down all the time. So not everything's just going to go in a straight line. It's just going to be good for drama right now. It's just going to be really good for drama. And it probably gives them justification for raising rates again in November. If we get another... I think that they had spoken about raising rates again in November. We get 1 week until the next rate hike, and it looks like they're going to keep everything paused. Yeah, we're at 0.5. So it doesn't look like that changed anything. They're not going to raise rates in September. In November, it's possible that they raise rates, and I think that they had hinted towards it. So we got to keep an eye out for everything. But that inflation rate did not change the market's expectations. We're chilling. We're chilling. The only problem with doing these futures is that they like combine everything. Oh, surprise, surprise. Like, no wonder everything's going up for oil. We've had how long of this going up? 30% over 3 months. Surprise, surprise, we found support. Let's go to the weekly and see if we can see anything. This is crude oil. These are crude oil futures. Were any of you guys in the market when crude oil went negative like this? Do you guys remember when crude oil went negative? Negative $38 per barrel. They were paying people to take crude oil from them. That was some crazy times. That was the most obvious long in history. If you did not buy the dip here, I think you were ignorant. Like, no way we stay there. It was free money. They gave you free money if you were trading. And then we went on this meteoric rally because everything's gonna equalize over time. So we went negative $38 per barrel, then we went to all-time highs since '08. The good news, okay? The good news about oil going up is that we've never had a recession in modern history where oil prices have gone up while a recession was going on. So if oil's going up, then people are likely not in a recession right now. Not a guarantee, obviously, but historically speaking, if oil prices are going up, because think about it, if we're in a recession and no one's traveling, no one's buying anything, everything comes to a grinding halt, the demand for oil goes down. So if oil demand is still going up and prices are going up, we're likely not in a recession. I think probably come election cycle, they'll say, hey, we were in a recession back then in 2022. They'll be like, hey, 2022 was a recession. And everyone will be like, oh, okay, that was a very mild recession. I think that's what's probably going to happen. You think the market might hurt between this and Binance or can't get much more negative? I think specifically Bitcoin and everything, I think we'll definitely be hurt by all of this. Let's go to the dollar. Or not the dollar. I mean, I think we're going to 20,000. Let me draw the line here. My gut is telling me we're going to like 21, 22,000. So we'll draw the line here. I just don't know that we have enough support. I don't know if we have enough strength. There's a lot of things, like the market is just tired right now. Everyone's taking profits going into the last quarter. Like, the market's just a little tired. I do think we'll hit 20,000-ish before bouncing and continuing. Which is why I said bear market, right? Because while the overall trend is up, if we have a pullback, it just makes sense. And if we go to 20,000, okay, let's say not forecast. I want to grab some bar patterns. Let's say we were to do something like we did 2 cycles ago, okay? Something from back here. If we grabbed... I'm trying to see... I think if we grab something like this and overlay it on what we're doing right now, I think it'll look something like that. Where we have a little bit of choppiness and we slowly grind down here over the next month or 2. And then we kind of like bounce out of it slowly. And then speed back up right before the halving when everyone remembers that like Bitcoin's not going to die. There's going to be a strong narrative of like it's over. And I think this will be accumulation zone. That will be the final accumulation before we have some very bullish price action again. I think everything is lining up in the macro economy, everything, to indicate that the Fed's gonna start printing money again. And when they print money, Bitcoin goes up. It's not that difficult of a concept, right? Just everyone watching this knows that full-heartedly. When the Fed prints money, when the world governments are inflating their currencies, Bitcoin goes up. And so we can assume that that pattern is going to continue. And this area right here in the next couple months will be the final accumulation zone before the bull market. And I'm going to start saying it. I don't hear many people saying that online yet. I'm going to start saying it pretty aggressively. We're going to go down, and it's going to be the final accumulation. So if you don't have your bags set, if you don't have everything where you want it to be for the next bull run, I think that what we're going into right now is one of your last chances. Your last genuine chance to pack your bags. Should I say it again so that everyone is fully aware of my conviction on that? Yeah. I think if, aside from Binance collapsing, aside from Tether collapsing, what else is going to drive it lower than what FTX did? Nothing. Everyone is hopeless. Everyone went through it. The market's dead. Nobody cares about crypto anymore. In general markets, nobody gives a shit about crypto. Everyone is past it. The only people who are actually paying attention to it are the people that are literally still in the space. Like, something's got to be wrong with us. We're chronically attached to this place. It's not been making anyone that much money in a while, and we're still all sitting here waiting for it. Like, we're the only people who are still here. Everyone is hopeless. It's gone. That's when the opportunity comes in. All the time. That's what I was saying. Like, you guys didn't know this. Some of you guys knew this, but QQQ, I was huge into telling everyone all throughout here. I was like, hey, like, you're stupid if you're not buying. We were falling off a cliff here, and I put out a video, and I was like, we are a lot closer to the bottom than I think most people will understand. It was like right here. It was like we are very close to a bottom, and we ended up going down 11% more, 10% more. Everyone was like, you're an idiot, you have no idea what we're talking about, we're going down 80%. It's like, okay, you can think that, but I'm gonna make money, and you can not make money if you don't want to. I had almost an entire year to accumulate. You know how big my bags got? Like, come on. Come on. Come on. It's the same shit. The game is fucking stupidly easy. I wish I could just express to people, but people want to argue with me about it. People don't want to actually listen to what I have to say. The game is stupidly easy. Okay? We broke here. I didn't time the top. I did not time the top. We broke here. I sold out of my stuff. I started selling it, which is fine with me because I started accumulating back here, so I still made bank. Then we came down, and when we were down here, when I noticed that, hey, stock market was starting to come back up, I was like, hey, I should start talking about crypto again. So right around here, it was like, it's time to start buying. And then we had this little collapse, and I said, when we were down here, I was like, the bottom's in. Start buying. Start accumulating and start packing your bags. And people want to argue, and it's fine. I don't take it personal. I don't take it personal. People just don't like money. People don't like listening to reason. People want to live in their little world of fear and nonsense. 91.50. Goddamn. 91.30 quant. Good. Hell yeah, dude. Make that money. I'm sad we didn't bounce up. I wanted to get in the trade with you, but fuck yeah. I hope we break this, and I hope we go straight down to that 84 range, 85 range, so you can fucking grow your portfolio. I'm gonna go have breakfast. I gotta go get... You get a haircut now. My hair's still long as ever. I was supposed to get one before I went up to meet with my roommates, but I did not. I got one coming soon, though. Eventually, I'll get a haircut. I'm gonna go have breakfast. I'll keep the Discord posted on if I enter into the trade or not. I'm patiently waiting, and I'm gonna see if Aptos is to come down to the middle VWAP. I'll give it a little bit of a buffer, because we did not come down to the VWAP that time. How far away from the VWAP? We were about 0.6% away. And then back here again, how far away? 0.6%, so there's a little bit of a pattern there. I'd like to see this come down. We're starting to have a divergence between the RSI and the price, so I do think we will come down with Aptos. Again, I'm waiting for us to be within like a little bit of the VWAP, but I'll keep you guys posted. I will live in fear, but keep buying. Whatever makes you money. Whatever makes you money. Right? Whatever makes you money. Let's go. I want to see one thing before I go, and this song's hyping me up, and I don't know if I can leave while it's doing this. We look at the Qs, okay? We look at the NASDAQ. Let's overlay some Bitcoin. Oh, great. Right here. Can you guys see this, or is it like too confusing for people? Right here, I felt confident that we had bottomed on the NASDAQ. I felt confident with my social media presence saying like, hey, if you're not accumulating, you're literally an idiot. But I didn't feel comfortable saying that about crypto yet. Then when FTX collapsed, I did. And for this entire rally, I was one of the very few people saying, hey, we bottomed. For this right here, I started going live on TikTok. When was this? December of last year. I was like, hey, Bitcoin bottomed. Like, you should be buying. And I got so much hate for that. I had the little thing behind me, like, on the green screen, and I said, Bitcoin bottomed, prove me wrong. And I would sit there and debate with people. And I was right. And then we had this run, a really strong rally. And I stopped telling people to buy stocks, and I started telling people to buy some crypto. Because I've been doing it for 5 years, and I think at this point my track record is spot on. My track record is spot on. I was getting my bags ready. Yeah, whatever. I did before it started, so. I admittedly, before, I did not do that with crypto, but on the NASDAQ, in the NASDAQ, I was saying like, hey, you should be buying stocks. Even back here, I was like, hey, you should buy because we don't get dips that often. And even if we do get a bigger dip, like, you should still just buy. And a lot of people got mad because we did, in fact, go a lot lower than that. We went down 25%. So I'll own up to that one. I was a little bit early with stocks, but stocks are safer. You can be early with stocks. Crypto, you should not be early. If you were buying this, I feel bad for you. All right, your time's your most valuable asset. Hopefully, this was worth investing into. I would like to see Aptos have a little bit of a bounce today so that we can snag some gains on it. I don't know that we'll get into it, but that's okay because we don't have to have a trade every single day. All we gotta do is make money. All we gotta do is make money. I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it closely. Hell yeah, Goku. Hell yeah. Keep going. Keep going, baby. Keep going. Keep going, baby. Keep going. Come on. Come on. We want to see it below 91.40. Come on. There it is. So I was talking about liking the video. I did before it started. Good. Like this live stream. Share it out to your friends. We're going to grow it. We're going to grow this channel like no one's ever seen before. BitBoy Crypto's gone, and that investor is alive. Your time's your most valuable asset. Hopefully